How do you skin?
Understand?
The rest of my phone.
Oh, well.
They're cute from the outside, but inside, they're just not real practical.
What the heck? 3 minutes. So. The motion we adjourned because it's almost 7 o'clock. You think? I'm used to that.
Okay. That's my.
You sending me nothing? Okay. Well, if I turn this off, the thing will go.
Thank you for calling me. All right. Yeah.
Well, it won't be any try.
That's fine. That way they're not just lying, they can't guess. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not the big one. Especially when they don't use their mics. I didn't write it down. I thought you didn't buy them. This one's going now. She didn't. Oh, really?
Are you selling them?
Oh, she wants to keep it. Yeah. You must have Well, see, the only thing, the only thing, I didn't see that might have been. And I think they were outside of. Okay.
Wait a minute, we haven't been married a year yet.
Okay.
I get 90 years.
Okay, you got 90
years.
You got time.
Thank you.
Oh, no, listen to you, Joanne. She likes to add on more years or so. 48 is enough.
48 is enough. Well, we won't ever make that.
If you don't never know.
My first one was.
Well, look.
It is. See, that's the next one.
What's your face?
Yeah. Everybody almost.
Oh, the old.
It's such a big deal. A lot of experience.
I know what talking about.
So I think, how, I don't know what he's on. She's the mom. Yes, I know this is. That's all right. That would be nice.
It's good to see you.
So, yeah, she told me some dates.
All right, folks, thanks for coming. It's 6:00. So the call's to order. Call to order, we do a roll call, please.
Councilman Yancey. Councilman Miller. Here. Councilmember Hooker.
Here.
Councilmember Turner. Councilmember Raines. Here. Councilmember Vickers. Councilmember Dawson.
Here.
Councilmember Draper.
Here.
Mayor. Here. And I'm here.
Please stand for the pledge.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, we just ask you to bless this time, this meeting. May our actions, words be pleasing to you. May we unite together, business of the city, conduct ourselves in a pleasing manner to you, Lord. That's in Jesus' name. Amen.
I'm going to review some minutes, please.
Horseshoe Bend City Council Finance Meeting, October 9th, 2025. Committee Chair Sean Draper called the finance meeting to order at 6:00 p.m. Present were Councilmember Yancey, Councilmember Miller, Councilmember Hilliker, Councilmember Turner, Councilmember Raines, Councilmember Vickers, and Councilmember Draper. Also present Mayor Dwayne Delaire and Recorder Treasurer Bill Vanderpath. Absent City Attorney Brad Sipe and Councilmember Dawson. All stood for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by invocation led by Councilmember Miller. The minutes from the September 11th Finance Meeting were read by Recorder Treasurer Vanderpath. Councilmember Hilliker moved to approve the minutes, second by Councilmember Miller. Minutes were approved by voice vote. Treasurer's report. The Recorder Treasurer noted that the revenues were much higher than expenses for the month. This is consistent with the credit card payments from August and September being entered in September. No additional issues were noted by the council. Old business. Councilmember Miller brought up the rural services grant. The council had approved a resolution to pursue a grant to make improvements to the community center. Mr. Miller explained that soon after the September 22nd council meeting, the mayor pulled the plug on the application. The mayor indicated that he canceled it because Arkansas Senator John Payton had declined endorsement. There was much discussion about conversations that Councilmember Miller and Recorder Treasurer Vanderpass had with the senator. Questions were asked of the mayor as to why he didn't fight for the endorsement and why he did not inform council of his decision to withdraw the application. There was much wasted time due to this lack of notification. New business, ordinance 2025-22. This ordinance is pertaining to construction, renovation, repair of boat docks. Requirements need to be revised based on updated standards and due to the city being the governing body since April of 2025. There was much discussion regarding dimensional requirements. Dwayne Hale spoke about his experience with his dock and the need for an extended length to compensate for low lake levels. Ordinance 2025-21. This ordinance creates a nominating committee to fill committee and commission vacancies. All committees and commissions have had vacancy for over 2 years. This ordinance allows the council to nominate and approve committee and commission volunteers. Resolution 2025-33. This resolution provides permission and funding for the city to hire an attorney to file a writ of mandamus as recommended by the municipal league and the prosecuting attorney to direct the mayor to obey statutes and ordinances. Building use policy. A written building use policy was presented to council. It includes pricing for the rental of community center and activity center for regular meetings and events. There was discussion about activity center completion, ADA compliance. Councilmember Miller read the highlights of the document. There was discussion on whether the scout should be charged rental. The Recorder Treasurer interjected he didn't think the city was allowed to discriminate. All classified entities are required to be charged the same. Budget. The Recorder Treasurer submitted a first pass budget and asked council members to review and submit comments. He will continue to refine. Public comments. Jeff Raines spoke about how he was treated poorly when he attempted to use the beach at Pioneer Lake with his dog. The mayor showed a picture of a sign at the beach prohibiting pets. Comments were made that the sign is not supported by any ordinance or health department, therefore invalid. Carol Spencer suggested that the dock ordinance included correlation of width of the dock to the size of the bay where it is being constructed. Beth Burnett asked if council had considered annual dock fees as a means to provide revenue. She stated that perhaps the fees could be used to fund enforcement of the lake rules. Tim Dietzel commented in general about how the city might collect fees from people who are not residents but use the lake. Bruce Fetter stated that lake owners already pay higher property taxes. The mayor made a comment about the FEMA Safer grant that was applied for in July. He stated that there would be recurrent costs. Recorder Treasurer stated that there would be very little recurrent costs because the grant was basically a promotional grant designed to get more volunteer firemen. There was discussion about the meaning of volunteer firemen. Bruce Fetter registered a complaint about overgrown weeds at a property and asked who was responsible. The mayor said it was the owner's responsibility. Talk around. A motion to adjourn was made by Councilmember Miller and seconded by Councilmember Yancey. Motion passed by voice vote. Meeting was adjourned at 7:20 p.m.
You want to see any discrepancies? Want to add or change anything?
Charles Virginia, your microphone, please. Thank you.
All those in favor of accepting the minutes as read, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion, sorry. You make that? Thank you. All right. So you got a second? I'll say it.
Did you make the first one?
Ryan made the
Right.
motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say the same.
Just barely off the presses because we were having some trouble getting it to balance yesterday, so. But the main thing that I would comment on is kind of an offshoot of last month when we didn't, the PSNs are the credit card transactions, and they didn't get entered until September 1st. So for August, which means they're really double for September, so our revenues are actually quite high for this month. The revenue is $168,000, which is normally closer to about 100. But we had 2 months worth of credit cards money come in. But then, of course, the expenses are quite high too, because a lot of that credit card money goes to Parks and Rec. So, but we're still quite a bit above expenses, about $30,000 more revenue than expenses. So that would be my main comment on it.
How much sales tax was brought in?
It's been running pretty close to 40,000 every month. It has not dipped since the grocery store went down. So not much, I mean, not measurable. So
It's really weird.
They got issued financial work. Yeah.
What do you do? I shouldn't have to do that. So you're smart.
It's all relative.
You gave it on
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
You ready to move on?
All right. Whole business. We have the sheriff contract renewal. You actually got a breakdown. Everybody should have it. Everybody should look at it.
Is this Mike working? I don't know. He's not talking into it.
I've reviewed it. I'm good with it. Anybody have any input? Want to change anything? We want to move that to the city council so we can vote there.
we get a motion for that?
So moved. Second.
What? Brian and all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say the same. All right, I guess that's the Boy Scout building is our next whole business topic.
I put out a lease agreement to Brad Site, and he consulted the mayor, I guess. Is that correct, Mayor?
He sent me a copy. I haven't talked to him about it, but I've read it. I got your message.
Okay. I thought you might respond to him because he said he wanted the mayor to look it over first before he would work on it. He did work on it. He found nothing objectionable in the lease. Basically, it's identical to the same lease that was brought up in the discussion for Chamber of Commerce. The basic points are the water and sewer will be covered by the city. The building itself, of course, is going to be insured because the deed is in the city's possession. Therefore, they have to have the insurance for the building itself. And then the entire building would be leased to the Boy Scouts of America or Scouts of America, whichever way it needs to be titled. I think Brad said it should be Scouts of America. I don't know for sure. But that's what Brad advised to be Scouts of America. And as such, it would require the lease, the one that's leasing it, would pay the electric and any contracted things. If you guys had pest control or whatever, just like the council does, Chamber of Commerce, Chamber of Commerce does. They pay for any of the contractual things such as pest control and so forth. And the maintenance of the building is also is done by the Chamber of Commerce. So likewise, that would be the same way for the leasing. It would be identical. It's that exact same lease that the Chamber of Commerce has in the details. And that's what I'm proposing, is that we present the same lease that they brought up that the Chamber has, that way being identical.
Do you want to have that lease ready at the next city council meeting and we can?
Well, and first we have to see if they're willing to accept the terms. I'd like to present that same lease to them for them to go over. And then at the city council, we could bring it up, and if they agree to go forward, then the council could vote on that lease, and the mayor would, of course, have to be the one to sign the lease.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We want it at the next city council so we could see it. So we
Correct,
could vote.
correct.
So. We'll have to see it.
How much will the insurance company cover of the rebuilding of the building?
The building will be covered completely as far as rebuilding it. Should, let's say, I don't know, let's look at a fire. Let's say a fire consumed the whole building. It's gone.
Mhm.
They would pay minus depreciation of the rebuilding of the whole building.
Do we know how much that is?
No,
No,
we wouldn't.
not until if something happens, then it has to have a, come on, guys, help me out with the word. The insurance person would have to come out, evaluate the building. Adjuster, thank you. The adjuster would have to come out and look at it like he did with the fire earlier in the long cart building and so forth, maintenance building. They'd make an assessment.
Okay, anyone have anything to add to the old scout pilot?
Let me ask Uriah, will you guys get a chance to look at this lease agreement? I mean, it's a pretty standard agreement. The only thing I don't really like about it, it's classic legalese. So you have to read it 4 times to know you're getting the building. You're gonna be responsible for taking care of the building and the maintenance of the building. I don't see anything in here that's bad or against you, but if you guys could go over it and get a response back to us or me or the council or whatever, then if they wanted to vote it forward in the next meeting, they could do that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that. It's up to you. Yeah, I mean, I'm not the only one, so I'd like to bring it up to the rest. I mean,
That's what, y'all need to take it and read it. I'm not saying it either.
I've briefly read over it, but I haven't had in-depth time to read into it yet, so.
It's a standard lease. There's no surprises in here. It's right straightforward. You
There's a
guys get
couple
the
of,
building, you have to be responsible for it.
there's a couple of conditions existing right now because of the fire. The air conditioning unit was damaged. I know that, and then there was some mechanical that was never completed originally. I'm not sure what that reason was. So I want to make sure that it's at least mentioned. That way, if we're inheriting it as it is, that is a discussion that needs to
It has
take
to be
place.
habitable, because right now there's no water to the building, the HVAC does not work. And it was, said to me that it's likely going to be covered by insurance, however, I'm not sure that that's going to be true, because it doesn't cover ice or fire, which it was damaged in the fire.
Well, was an insurance claim put in for that?
There was, and last time I talked to the adjuster, he said he had submitted to, I don't know who, he said John. I don't know who John is at the municipal, and that's the last I heard. I have not heard what they.
All right, so we can
decided.
follow up and make sure that that actually is covered and needs to be put in. My understanding is Mike's still willing to do it at strictly cost to replace it. But the insurance company's got to pay for the unit. He's not going to give us a free unit. The only other thing I heard about the building was there's an open sewer line that a cap or something got burned off in the fire. I don't think it's a huge thing to replace it. And nobody seems to know who shut the water off. There was water there and those bathrooms were working when I was in it. But at some point, the water got shut off. I'll take a look at it and see why it's off and if it's working.
Didn't know the water was on. You didn't know, I didn't know, I don't think anybody
Yeah,
ever
the,
knew.
the water's off, because neither of the toilets work, there's no water in
Well,
them, you
and
can't get.
there's no HVAC to keep the building at temperature to make sure that the pipes don't freeze. If the water's turned on, those pipes will freeze.
Right, you gotta fix the heat first before that's done.
That may be why the water was turned on.
Maybe when they were gonna condemn the building, they turned and.
Put on some.
No.
I don't think so. It might have got shut off after the fire, or it might have got shut off when the compressor had problems too and stopped working. Because what happened is, the unit sits underneath the drip edge of the building, so the water went down in the unit. Okay? Parks and Rec was told they needed to put a roof over top of it to protect the unit. That didn't happen. So during the winter, when it warmed up and the rain went down in there, then it froze. Well, then it did damage to the compressor and the compressor couldn't run. And of course, the switch inside is saying, we need heat. And that's kind of what damaged the unit, but that should be covered under the insurance because the unit was also damaged by the fire. The insulation and stuff was burnt off the outside of the compressor. So the insurance should actually cover to have it replaced.
The
But we have been-
condenser's outdoors, it should handle any water coming off the roof or anything else. And because the fan pulls in from the coil and blows out the top, you put a roof over it, you're gonna restrict the flow of the air.
Not a roof over the unit to cover it up. The water was going down directly inside the unit. My unit sits outside too. It doesn't sit under an eave. Where when you get rain or you get constant water that's going directly in the unit, it's not like rain. It's concentrated. It's a hip roof. It needed to have a diversion. That's another thing. They could have put a diverter on the roof. That was talked about when they did the roofing. But I don't believe a diverter was ever put up there once they set the unit in. So,
So we'll follow up with insurance and see what they'll pay for. Of course, anything that was damaged that they'll pay for, we'll put in that building. But we'll have to wait and see. That's.
That claim, right, that claim is still processed.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't think there'll be a problem with that. I mean, we could get that fixed.
And I would think that sewer line, somebody could mention that to Chris and one of the guys could go put a new cap on it.
Yeah, what I was
5 minutes,
told is
yeah.
the cap had burned off the thing, it would come off, and I haven't gone under the building to look, but I do think it's something like that. But Chris can make sure that's right.
And he might know about the water too.
That's where the main fire was underneath.
Right, it got underneath the building, it was blown up.
So the building would be finished then, if we were to be tenants of the building, the flooring will be done, the bathroom will be fixed and usable as part of you guys leasing a building to us, it should be habitable, right?
Well, actually, that wasn't what we talked about. What we talked about was we were gonna get some volunteer people and we were gonna get some working people and we were gonna get the building finished off. We didn't talk about the city laying all the money out to finish it off. I mean, there are people that are willing to give you money and support getting you finished. And part of you getting that lease is finishing the building. I mean, that's not gonna be as hard as you think. I mean, Uriah knows a ton of people. We've had people put bids in to get it fixed and we can access money to fix it. So there's plenty of people that support the Boy Scout. You can do some fundraisers. And you're gonna need to do fundraisers anyways, because you're gonna need to pay the electric. You're gonna need to keep the heat on there. So there's gonna be an expense, and I think you need to build that into the program as a form of fundraising. And I think the community will support that. I don't think they need to worry about that. I mean, take one step at a time. I mean, you need to take the responsibility of the building. We need to get the heat and stuff in there so it's workable for you, but then you can finish the building. It can be a whole project. And then you can finish it how you want to.
All right, any more on the Boy Scout building right now?
Did we need to do a motion to push it to council or to whatever?
No one's seen the
No one's seen the lease.
the lease yet. I don't know No, it's-
We'll send the lease, we'll give you copies as many as you want. Of the lease, so you can spread it around, whoever
We
needs
can
to
go ahead
see
and add
it.
it to the agenda. Don't have to.
Well, you can do the motion.
And we're still motion set on the council.
Don't add it.
I still make a motion, send it to council.
I'll second that. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say aye.
Can I just ask a quick question? If we decide not to go to the lease, again, I haven't really had a chance to read it, but is the city going to then in turn fix the building to go back to the original proposed $15 per meeting? Or is that?
If you-
I sure,
If
I
you
think we
decide-
should be charging anyone in the condition of the building, and like, that, when that came up, that was the first.
No, I'm just saying, if it goes to the point of like, okay, no one signed the lease, the city decides, okay, we're gonna rent it out at $15 a meeting or whatever, is the building then going to be finished if we decide to go the route of, well, we're just gonna pay $15 a meeting instead?
I think that's the unknown there now. What?
We have another individual
What
that's
is the
come
insurance-
forward.
hold on, Ryan. What is the insurance gonna fix? How much are they gonna bring it back up to? But the way it sits, we shouldn't be talking about charging anyone to use it.
No, I-
And then if the insurance will completely renovate it and you guys don't take the lease, we can then determine what we want to do at that point. But without knowing how much it's gonna be finished, it's hard to say. Sorry, Brian.
I wouldn't sign.
I know that individuals come forward and is interested in building, but I think we as a council owe the Boy Scouts the lease first. So we haven't even considered the other person that came forward.
Is it another nonprofit?
Again, I don't know all the details because I thought we should shut it down and not bring it up until the Boy Scouts have made a decision. I just didn't want to even encourage it. Until I know that you guys are wanted or don't want it. You got first dibs.
The other individual was offered a monthly rent. We hadn't decided on a monthly, so we're considering yet, so.
Would they be interested in part of the building? Because initially, all we had asked for was just a room, the bathroom and a storage spot, allowing
They want the whole-
other people to have the rest of the building.
They want the whole building, right?
I think so.
Okay. Again, I don't know. I just knew someone came forward and I didn't think, I didn't think the city needed to be entertaining it with the Boy Scouts in first dib. So you guys got to decide first, I think.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna move on to some new business. We got mill rate approval.
This is just, once a year we have to do this because the counties that collect it need to know what it's gonna be for next year. We can't go any higher than 5. We're already at 5. So it's just a resolution we'll be doing at council to approve that. We already got one request from one of the counties already, so that's what kind of triggered me to do this, so.
Questions, more talk about that? Mill rate?
I want to tell her. I went to sign.
Move that to council.
Right. Move to council. I'll make a motion.
I
Hold on
went.
a second. We got a question. 0.5, what is that?
It's 5, that's,
Okay.
Was there a second?
Yeah, I made a motion.
I'll say it.
All those in favor, please say aye.
uh,
All those opposed, say the same. Next new business topic, bluegrass roofing.
So we, city contracted with Blue Glass Roofing for a lot of the roofs that were damaged in, I don't know, it was a tornado or a hail last year, but they've ditched us, basically. They ran back to Kentucky. They fired their only guy in Arkansas and they're not answering calls. So, and they've already got the money for the library and there's two roofs that haven't been complete. And,
How much do they have for the library? How much do they get?
well, the library was $57,000.
Whoa,
Good God.
shit.
Yeah.
They didn't finish it?
They didn't start it.
They didn't start
How
it.
did they? get
They
it?
said the materials are here, this is the agreement is, and when we're 2 weeks away from the materials, that's when you pay, and that's what we had done all along, we paid back in April.
Yep.
Nothing since. I mean, the guy's been in and out on some other
And
things,
the
but
city
now
paid
he's
them already.
been let go and I notified Mr. Syke about it. I just want to make sure the council's aware of it as well.
The total number?
It would be hard to say because we'd have to figure out what it costs to complete the airport hangar and what it costs to complete the fire department.
Have they received funds for those?
Yeah, they got paid for that, but they didn't finish. So
They did half a job.
they did.
Skylights are still missing in the hangar at the airport.
And I think is it gutters on the fire department?
And they didn't,
So has anybody talked to him at all directly?
they won't even talk.
Yeah, Nate, who doesn't work for them anymore, he's the one who informed us of all this, and he gave me the numbers to call, and I've called them, left messages saying, you know, before I get the attorney involved, are you gonna give us our money back? Is somebody gonna come finish his job? Crickets.
Who does business like that?
Who
Who pays before they do stuff?
Before you get the work done.
Well,
What's the contract?
lot of contract.
Oh,
We need to
get in touch with the Attorney General
in their home
state.
Excuse me?
We need to get in touch with the Attorney General in their home state.
That might be what we have to do, I don't know,
Yeah.
go to Brad first, because he's our attorney, he's gonna advise us on what to do, so.
Well, it's just like the chamber roof. We had the architectural shingles, and he said, whatever is on your roof, we will put back on there. You know what he put on there? Black, flat shingle roof. He didn't put the tan
I didn't know.
architectural roof that we already paid for.
Is that the same company?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
The one, yeah, he did all the buildings.
Well, now that we know, we can pursue this, I mean.
Yeah.
We know we can't do anything about it, but now that
Nobody
it's.
paid
brought to
attention to what was
us-
going on?
What's that?
Nobody paid attention to what was going on?
No, we did,
Well,
we
yeah.
made promises.
Why, how do you think we just brought it up?
Didn't he talk to
But
you?
how long
Mayor?
ago did they do this?
no, he didn't talk to me. This is the first I'm hearing.
No, I mean, didn't you handle the contract with him going and,
Well, he came in and said what roofs they were doing and the
Right.
things that they were gonna do, and then that was it. I mean, I didn't see him after that. And this is the first I've heard that they backed out of it, or that the company won't honor it, because they came down here, they actually sponsored, you know, really the golf tournament. So it's not that these people don't have money.
right?
So I don't have a problem. I'll try to get a hold of them and find out exactly what's going on, what, it's an in-company fighting or whatever, but they need to come back and finish the roof. Or not, yeah, we need to go to
Give us
the
the money back.
Kentucky State Attorney General.
Were the contracts ever brought before the council?
Huh?
Were the contracts ever brought before the council?
I don't remember, to be honest with you.
I don't think any of them were brought before the council for us to even consider.
Because I didn't even know they didn't even let the chamber know.
Roof started appearing before I knew anything about it.
Until it was done.
These contracts were all done last year, so it was before this council.
Yeah, it was before this council, and we knew that we were gonna get new roofs out of it because of the damages that was on the roof.
But I don't believe the council before us even
Well,
voted on it.
that did answer your question, though, who does business like that?
Mr. Cole.
All right, so we know we need to get after some. Next up on
Yeah,
new business.
that never
is-
answers his phone.
Next up on new business is the building inspector issue.
I think that the main point there is to make everybody aware of what, if you read the paper, you know what happened with our building inspector and so on, and make everybody aware of that, and maybe council has to figure out what we're gonna do forward, because at some point we need to have a replacement, so.
Okay, and that's exactly what I'm looking at, finding a contract employee to be replaced. The person who's in charge of building inspectors, everybody says is the state fire marshal, and I did talk with him, and he's actually in charge of the fire inspection part of that, but he did connect me with some people in a Corps, and they're willing to publish, we're looking for a certified building inspector. Because in talking with the state inspectors of electricity and HV, they don't want us hiring building contractors anymore. They want people that are certified. Because Dan promised us he was gonna get certified. He was gonna get certified, and he had a year to do that. Then we gave him time after that, and he never did that. Chris was saying that he actually scheduled for the plumbing exam, but then he never went and took it. So either way, the electrical mess that they created, the electrical board's gonna go after him for that.
The original contract that was made by you, Mayor, correct?
Yes, it was.
In August of 23.
Yeah, it was.
It did not even mention electrical, it was HVAC and plumbing certification, correct?
He was supposed to get all certifications in each area, and yes, the contract did say all of them.
It mentioned HVAC and plumbing.
I believe it did, yeah.
It did not mention electrical.
Well, I believe it said all of them. I don't have it in front of me, Brian, so
It's
he
okay.
was supposed to get
We can
certified,
get it
period. And if he wasn't certified in electrical, then he should have got somebody who did it. Now, there is another problem, because he did use Chris, who is a certified plumbing inspector. The problem is Chris didn't get paid because Chris was on city time. But Dan turned around and billed the people for that money and put it in his pocket.
Yep.
That's a serious problem.
Is that
Understand.
something he's been charged for, or? is
That's
that
something
you
that-
believe?
That's something he's gonna be investigated for.
But, well, until he's proven guilty, you don't really know.
Well, I know because we signed the checks and he submitted the bills and he wrote right on there, final plumbing inspection, final electrical inspection, and he charged that money. We paid him
If
for
he
that.
did, good, I mean, I hope it comes out. and
He
gets
did.
found
It's
out.
not a question of whether he did. He did. We paid him for it. He charged us for it.
Anyhow, that,
Isn't this a finance meeting or is this a city council meeting? Because this has nothing to do with salary or anything financial.
it has.
They have to hire.
Definitely has to do with financials.
Finance, yeah.
Well, are we
We're just
talking
talking
about
about money right
salaries?
now.
Are we talking about salaries for a new individual?
The finance committee is the precursor to a council. Everything that you discuss in council is supposed to first be discussed here.
I
And then
don't
move to,
think
coun- that is how it works, and that is how our ordinance at the beginning of the year that set our schedule said that. But it is how it's always worked in the past, Carol.
Oh,
it is.
really?
Not when you were, but that's how it's supposed
Oh, I know it.
to. So that is how it's supposed to work.
You're not supposed to be a councilman. You're supposed to read and do your financial.
I've never voted on a council, Carol. Never voted on a council.
There, you can come up and say what you want to say. Any more talk about the building inspector at this moment?
There is a situation, we were issued by the Secretary of State a cease and desist on inspections. And as such, we are kind of hampered in the city until we get this resolved.
Yeah.
The city needs to know that is a situation we are in.
Well, that specifically applies to Dan. That letter was.
But here we
to
go,
Dan.
Mr. Mayor. Mr. Mayor, so he did get hired in 2023. He did work for you a whole year.
Mhm.
This council came in and seen the.
And kept him and promoted him.
lack Of, you did.
You
Promoted him back.
You promoted him.
So, we gave him a Parks and Rec, which he does not need those certificates and licenses to be over Parks and Rec. You hired him and he didn't have the credentials to do the job that you hired him for, not us.
And you said you would get the classes lined up for him, and never did.
It's my job. We have a building committee member here. You want to tell him how many times I asked Dan to schedule himself for the classes? What did he tell us? He'd schedule
He's
it.
working on it.
He was working on it. They didn't give the test during this time. The man lied to us all the way through. Now, you can try to blame it on me or not, but the person who did the inspections wasn't
It's
me.
just being accountable for your
And he
actions.
did,
That's all it is. It's being
and he
accountable.
did provide
You
us.
just need to be accountable.
And your alibi.
I have a question.
Wanna
If
go
you
to the
work
mic?
for the city,
Come up to the mic, because the
Okay.
people out.
For benefit of people at home.
Thank you.
I just have a question. If you work for the city and you do volunteer stuff or you get paid some other way, how is it that you get paid for doing inspections when you're actually during business hours? How do you get paid for by the city and get city funds when you're doing an inspection? I just had never heard that before, so I'm asking, how do you get paid double when you're working for the city in a city job? But now I'm gonna take off this hat and I'm gonna go do an inspection and I'm gonna get paid for that. Then I'm gonna put back on my hat and go back to work, even though you didn't clock in or clock out or anything else. How does that happen?
It's done in Melbourne all the time by the city.
I don't care what it's done in Melbourne. I wanna know how you do it.
One person, one part of his job is a salary. As a salary, you cannot tie him to an hourly rate. It is a salary.
But he's already on the clock as salary.
Hang on, salary. You cannot go hourly on salary. Therefore, if he takes an hour off to go do an inspection, he's still on salary on the other job. It's not double dipping, he,
It is double
no, he
dipping.
stopped the salary.
Oh, come on.
It's
For the
just-
public, I used to work in HR, that is double dipping.
Yes, it is.
Thank you.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, it is.
Oh.
The bottom line is we have a building inspector that did a lot of stuff that isn't right. And the Arkansas State Police, the Arkansas Electrical Board, the HV Board, the licensing board, a lot of people are looking at this. And it falls on the inspector. It actually doesn't fall on me as the mayor. And yes, I did hire him, although I never renewed his contract. And I was told that I didn't have the authority over him. I have that on the tape.
Yes, he was
Contract
told
was up
that
for
So-
renewal last year, Mayor.
by
It
Mr.
was.
Vanderpass.
It was, absolutely.
Yep.
Has
So-
nothing to do with this year.
Okay,
Anyway.
we're not getting anywhere there, so.
That's right.
Okay, you're not getting anywhere when you're losing.
Can I ask a question before we move on? So if the city received a cease and desist, going forward, your contractors didn't have to pull a permit because the permit only ensures that they're getting inspected. So what's stopping people from just now going out and doing work? And there's not an inspector for a stop work order. Like, is there something in the imminent future coming? Like, you guys have one in mind to do this? Cause if not.
The mayor said he put out, the mayor said he put out a request for an ad, right?
I'm requesting that we get a certified personnel. No more, oh, we'll give you time to do it. So I'm working with the state to do that. And they're misinterpreting the letter that the city can't do any kind of inspections.
Just was like.
The letter basically was for him to stop
So who's
doing
doing the
it
inspection?
for the city. It wasn't that the city can't ever do any inspections.
I'm just saying, who's taking care of inspections until then? Because that.
At this point, the inspections are on hold. Simple as that.
So does
And-
the work hold?
And
Does any job going on stop? 'Cause
the job doesn't have to stop, but they're not gonna be able to get the inspection and the certification until we get somebody.
That's
So
why
as
this
long as
is-
we're talking about it, let me finish this. We have a certified inspector that works for Cherokee, lives right here in Horseshoe Bend. You know what he said when I called him? I don't want anything to do with Horseshoe Bend. He's a resident here. Okay, I called Precision Plumbing and Heating. They're certified in everything. They even have licenses in construction or in structural. Okay, most people don't have that. I talked with him for 2.5 days. He talked with the electrical state board and said, no, we're not interested in coming back to Horseshoe except for doing one job. We don't want your inspections.
It must have turned out like when you talked to the senator about the endorsement, talk him out of it. Are you talking these guys that have come in?
Oh, come on,
Are you
Grandma.
that foolish? Are
Come
you that
on.
ridiculous, Sean?
It's a very-
Are you
very
really that
straightforward
ridiculous that you
question.
think I talked these people out of it?
Yes,
Talk the
great.
senator out of endorsing.
Yes, he is.
I didn't talk the senator out of anything. The Senate, what did the senator say about the
Yeah.
government here?
Who?
Voted
And
for
what's
this
going on
guy.
here? What did he tell you about?
Yeah,
Nobody wanted to come start working here. But
yeah.
you came.
Oh, it was me. No, I think it was when Lori Kunstman turned all the contractors in for the pavilion.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when you turned the contractors in for the pavilion.
And her husband.
Yeah, right.
Okay. If you didn't go out for bids, which is statutory, you have to. You didn't. You didn't advertise it in the paper. You had one contractor that wasn't licensed to do it, but it's our fault for, it's not, I guess it's your fault for turning Dan in then. Must
It was
be.
okay when Fisherman's
okay when
Park
you
got
do it.
built. It
Excuse
was
me?
all okay when Fisherman's Park got built,
We weren't.
and it was the same contractor.
Did you do the bidding the same way?
I guess they did because I didn't build it.
Did you do the bidding the same way?
We didn't have it built
Did you
yet.
do the bidding the same way?
That's not who
weren't
did the
there.
bidding. There's one here.
Did you send it out for bids? Did you advertise in the paper like you're supposed to?
We got all kinds of bids.
You didn't
we
advertise
had-
in the paper. That's what you have to do. You can't just
You know
do
what? The
selective
recorder
bidding.
treasurer should have done that, now shouldn't she have?
Me? No, if you told her to, it's not her
Oh,
job.
I
It isn't her job. It's yours.
Oh, okay.
It's the one who's doing it. It was your project, Carol. It was your
All of a
project.
sudden, it's
Yeah,
your
the
job.
recorder treasurer should have put it in the paper.
Yeah, playing the game.
But you failed to ask her.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
you
failed to ask her.
Okay, Queen.
How is she supposed to know about it?
Come on.
Hey, hey, enough
She's
of
not
this.
going to know what to do until you ask her to
Oh,
do
was
it.
that right? We were all new at the time, Miss Lori.
Well, thank you for being so courteous. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome.
I appreciate it. And Mayor, I don't appreciate you saying that I created the
You
situation
did.
because I submitted because I reported something that was going on that wasn't
You and your
right.
husband.
Okay,
both.
she
Hey, enough of this. Mayor, take control of the meeting. I'm sorry, you take control of the meeting.
It should be, but they should know better than to have before the audience when someone's speaking.
That's right.
Charlie.
And the mayor should know not to blame other people for the situation he created. He created this situation with how the pavilion was created. And he went to hire someone who wasn't licensed. So that was reported. So somehow, because I reported something that wasn't going on right, I'm to blame for what has happened in this city, Mayor?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's not wrong when you do it? You report Dan, you report Maggie, all these people you always report and getting investigated, that's all okay. But if she does it, she's at fault. Right.
Talk with the
What a
contractors.
hypocrite.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
You're just championing getting Dan in trouble, but when she reports you, oh, she's the horrible one. And believe me, we've talked to contractors about it, and as soon as they say, nope, I want nothing to do with that mayor, that's what they say. Honest to God.
Oh, come on, Dan.
You heard it here, right? It's on the horse.
Is this being live streamed? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's live.
Absolutely.
But you can't get on it very easily.
Whose problem Sit down.
Oh,
Hey.
We did the bids correctly because we had bids when we started, then we dusted it up and we did it as a general contracting job. I had the right to do that.
What
The
ethics
only-
commission said.
The only reason there was a problem was because Uriah had bid for the concrete and the other one, and we didn't know if you add those together, he was over his limit. That's the only thing. There wasn't anything else unethical about it at all. And I will tell you, since you're at the mic too, and since you only have a bachelor's in social work, don't ever call me incompetent again to a news media, because you have no credentials to decide whether someone's incompetent at all.
Mayor, you can have a lot of pieces of paper and that still doesn't make you competent. Just because you have a
Right.
piece of paper that
Do you even
says-
know what competence means?
You know how to spell it?
Can we move on?
Vito?
Jeez.
Oh, thank you, Alderman Draper, for taking control of the meeting. I appreciate it.
Mr. Vanderpass, can you tell me an easier way to get on for this live stream than what the,
No, we're not talking
than
about
what
that right now.
Victoria
Cindy,
told me, than
Cindy,
what
we're not.
Victoria told me earlier?
No, we're not.
Why do you need the live stream?
We're not, Bill, we're not entertaining it right now.
Okay.
We're moving on.
Thank you.
Sounds like-
Discussion for 2026 budget. Discussion for 2026 budget.
Exactly.
Sounds like a really good way to keep people in the dark.
Yeah,
Thank you.
exactly,
Thank you.
yes.
If you can't keep your mouth down, you will have to step out. You will have to step out. If you can't control yourself, you will have to step out.
Are you gonna do?
If you can. Sorry,
Are you gonna do animal control?
animal control.
That was the first bullet point. Animal control ordinance, did I miss it?
It wasn't on the agenda. It's not on the agenda. Yeah.
Oh, it's on the one that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
that's
moving on
nice
to the
control.
discussion for the
Kitty
2026
pig,
budget.
that's Thank you.
Start.
That one's on the city's page.
Huh?
That's on the city's page.
Mm-hmm.
I was always on the money and Victoria was doing it from memory and she had that on there by accident, I'm sorry.
Okay, I just thought maybe I missed it.
Any discussion on the budget currently?
Is there any comment or Mr. want to bring up on the budget? Well, it's on the council, and I think we probably should try to pass it next council. Because we're getting close to the end of the year.
The mayor's supposed to submit it before December
I'm,
3rd.
I'm gonna submit a budget. I will. That's what the law says.
You give me in the background for it.
Okay, we'll bring it up. On to,
And that's
All right.
what finance committee does too.
we are at public
Excuse me?
comments now. Anyone who would like to speak, please come up to the mic and do so.
I do.
You have 3 minutes, miss.
I thought that was just for city council meetings. That's what the ordinance says.
It's for any time.
The ordinance doesn't say that.
Say what?
Well, I'm chairing the meeting, so we're gonna do 3 minutes.
I don't want to talk to you particularly. I want to talk to the people out there who are not here.
That's okay.
We've heard some complaints that they can't hear what you're saying out there. My response to that is, come down here. These people are doing some dumb stuff. We all know that. And to get it straight, come down here to where it's happening. Because they think you don't care because you don't come down here. That's why they can get away with doing some stuff that's stupid. So if you want to know what's happening, get out of your easy chair with your cup of coffee, come on down here and be with us and see and hear what's going on. Then you'll be informed. Then you can't be lied to by someone that has their own agenda. Come down here, watch what's going on, listen, participate. It's your city council that's doing this. Come down here and tell them that's not what you want. Make them aware of what you want, because a phone call isn't gonna do it. You know that. Come down here. Join us.
I just have a question.
Come
Come up front.
Carol. Well, it's just it's not anything to do with anything that's happened tonight, really. You were talking about animal control.
Does anybody know what's happening with the windows at the animal control? Are they in yet?
They're not in, as far as I know, they're still on back order.
Is that it? It's just on a back order?
As far as I know, this
As well.
It seems like I mean, we're working towards winter here. That's something that needs to be looked into, so it gets buttoned up, so that the stuff that's been done isn't ruined. Anyway,
What's happening with the cart shed? Anything there?
yeah, same thing. Cart shed, what's happening?
What's happening with the city building out back? Why ain't it got concrete in it? Why doesn't it have?
Well, that was put in with the idea that gravel would go on the ground until a later date, is my
Yeah,
understanding.
it's not supposed to have concrete in it. We have to do the electric first. Then once we do the electric, we need to do the spray foam insulation. Talk with Chris, he knows what's going on. That's set up. I mean, that's moving along the way it should be moving along.
Anyway, who's supposed to look into the windows for the animal control?
David Delvecchio would be the best one to talk to.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about him.
David staying in touch with them.
Pardon?
David is staying in touch with them. He's the one that's informed me about them being on back order. He's touching base all the time with them.
Okay.
We
Since
got
it's-
them through Salem Glass, and in all honesty, it took forever for them to get the glass for the front door out here too. Even though they ordered it the day after it got busted, it just took forever to get here.
I know I tried to get something done with Salem Glass, and he said he didn't want to work with her too bad.
Well,
Carol,
I don't think it's that. I think they're
Well, that's what
just
he
way
told me.
behind. No, I'm just saying, I think they're
Yeah.
behind.
I had to get new windows for my mom's house,
Uh-huh.
and we started in the end of January. They just got the last door, window, whatever, just 3 weeks ago. And that job from the end of January just got finished.
Well, I got a new window too. I had a lawnmower rebar go through a big glass door. And it took me 3 months to get it, but it just seems like the structure's been up for a while now and the windows still haven't come.
They're having a problem here.
All right, that, I just wanted to know, I just think it's something that should be looked into or at least followed up on before we have snow.
Right.
You know? I don't. Anybody heard anything on the cart shed?
Well, I'm just about that.
Okay, I'm on. Ask.
You know something?
No, I was gonna ask about that because it's been going on for a long time. I know we had what you did. I don't know where we're at on it, but I think we need to reopen the bidding maybe, and maybe get more bids to, tell other people, that other contractors about it. Most of the contractors I talk to, they don't include it, there was a bidding process, so if we can reopen it, maybe we'll get more bids, maybe a lower bid.
As far as I know, it's still open
Is it in the
because we
paper?
didn't receive any when we.
Sorry.
Well, I talked to the
I'll get that piece of
contractors, they
paper.
didn't do anything. Right, I mean,
What did you advertise? The paper?
yes.
Paper.
And, you know, the other thing is we had gotten 2 bids unofficial.
Call City Hall and ask
Wasn't
for all the
responsive.
contractors who work here.
Yeah, no clue.
That's what I did.
One bid was reasonable, and that was the guy that the mayor, doesn't want to pay for a different job, so we're kind of hoping that was gonna get resolved, so we could use his bid, because he was the lowest. And the other one was almost twice, so.
Yeah.
Any chance he gets.
But we had,
I think
we received no other bids.
Can we run that ad?
We could.
Yeah, you should.
Maybe get more bids?
On that.
So you did.
Council needs to tell them.
I was told because 2 bids were hard to put in, like, they don't. So,
You're kidding. Bullshit.
So, all right, public comments anymore? Anybody want to come talk?
What's the easiest way to get the live feed? I was told by Victoria and it didn't work.
I'm not sure this will work either, because this is the first time I try YouTube. You can do youtube.com/@HSB meetings.
That worked.
It
That
just
did work? Okay.
on my phone, Cindy.
I went in and talked to Victoria today and I asked her and she showed me how to get on the Horseshoe Bend City page and then scroll down and go over to this and then hit the blue stuff and it didn't work. He had to send me a link. That's crap.
it's just that the link was copied incorrectly and placed on the city page.
Worked the first
Just
week,
saying.
Maybe it changed.
And if I want to watch it live while I'm here, I have the right to do that, Sean.
I didn't say you could.
Well, you said, why do you want to watch it live if you're here?
I didn't say that.
It's on tape.
I said that.
I just don't
Okay,
look
yeah,
on
wrong
it.
thing.
Either
Bill's
one.
saying that.
Do whatever I want. I'm free, white, and 21.
So is everybody else.
Oh, here we go.
Well, you people are so rude.
Yeah.
Yep. You are. So are you.
I don't shout and scream in a meeting.
I did that so I didn't have to walk up there.
Okay. No.
I just would like to remind the mayor that when he hired the building inspector, he was the building inspector's supervisor. And when you're a supervisor, you're responsible for what your supervisee is doing, the training, what activities they're doing, the times that they're working. That's your responsibility. So I just want to remind you of that, Mayor, that was your responsibility. Pushing it off on somebody else lacks character and shows incompetence.
You know
So
what
again,
Character is.
so your lack of supervision skills created some of this situation. I just want to remind you of that.
She's still having this nonsense.
I think illegal behavior created the problem.
Yeah.
While the mayor is responsible for hiring him, he is responsible for taking care of getting his classes. If you have a professional license, you get your license taken care of. You can't keep blaming just the mayor for things not being taken care of. And you've limited a whole lot of his power. So you blame him for things you want to blame him for, but you've limited all kinds of his power. So you need to take some responsibility for that too. It's not just him. It's Dan was responsible for doing it too. And you've taken on the responsibilities of the mayor. Why aren't you doing it as well?
Yep.
You might not, but
Thank you.
if you want to comment on that, you guys heard about the roofs, right? You understand what we spent on the roofs with no bids? $412,000 on those roofs. And the only person who knew about it was the mayor. Is that legal?
Come on.
We're talking about you.
So, but we're talking about something else. Let me talk about what I
You
want to
took
talk about.
over the
Let's go
equal
back, go back, go back,
responsibility.
go back.
I didn't take over contracts. That's
I
how
would
it is.
just say this, we have a prayer before this meeting. We need to act like adults and respect each other. It's just horrible.
Thank you.
Do I have a motion for adjournment?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say same. Meeting adjourned.
That's how I know things.
Oh, you're not doing the meetings? Oh, yes, I'm Oh, and that's me, she would be working on your horse. She didn't turn it. I don't know anything about that, Carol.